Welcome back. If you just finished episode 4 and your brain is still processing, you're in the right place. Secret identities, a long-awaited reunion, a man accidentally enlisting in a battle he was actively trying to avoid, and the most emotional line of the season, delivered by someone who isn't even a Fraser by blood. Let's get into it. We pick up with Jamie learning that Captain Cunningham has been quietly building a loyalist militia on Fraser's Ridge. He's done pretending to consider the man's offer and decides to raise his own militia, but that takes time and weapons. Enter Brianna and Roger with the most creative smuggling operation in the series. They're heading to Savannah to buy guns, carrying Jacobite gold to pay for them. The road isn't safe, so they stuff the gold bars into barrels of sauerkraut. Nobody is stopping a wagon to dig through fermented cabbage. It works perfectly. Their first stop in Savannah is Fergus and Marsally's place, and the scene is genuinely lovely until a rock comes through the window, because this is Outlander. Brianna casually refers to Claire as our mother when talking to Fergus, and if you've been watching since season 2, that lands hard. These two grew up in completely different worlds and are now family. Beautiful moment, immediately cut short because Fergus and Marsali have been walking a dangerous line, publicly neutral, secretly printing patriot pamphlets, and both sides are starting to notice. Lord John Grey invited Brianna to Savannah under the cover of painting a portrait for his brother Hal, but the real reason is William. He's been lost since discovering Jamie is his biological father. Angry, adrift, not knowing who he is anymore, Lord John's theory put him in a room with someone who went through the exact same revelation. That someone is Brianna. His instincts are dead on. The moment William and Brianna are together knowing they're siblings, something shifts. He's lighter. He doesn't storm off. When Brianna tells him he has a sister and nieces and nephews, that her family is his family, he looks genuinely happy. For William lately, that's a miracle. Amaranthus misreads Brianna's warmth entirely and gets jealous. When William notices, he opens up completely. His complicated feelings about his title, his identity, his relationship with Jamie. Amaranthus's response: marry me, abdicate the title, pass it to our firstborn. William doesn't seem opposed, but both the character and the audience should pause. These gray men have been very quick to trust her, and on Outlander, nobody is as uncomplicated as they present themselves. This is what the episode will be remembered for. Percy Beauchamp finally meets with Fergus and reveals something that reframes everything we thought we knew. Fergus, born Claudel, was found by Jamie as a child in a Parisian brothel and eventually adopted. He never knew his parents until now. Percy's brother-in-law is the Baron Amandine. Years ago, the Baron's sister, Amélie Beauchamp, ran off with Lecomte Saint-Germain, the dangerous, occult-connected nobleman who had it out for Claire in season 2 and seemingly died in a secret sorcery trial. The family assumed the Comte seduced Amélie and abandoned her. The truth was worse. Amélie had secretly forced him into marriage before sleeping with him. When she became pregnant, the Comte didn't just leave. He drugged her and sold her to a brothel. The same brothel where Fergus was born. The other women called her the Baroness. She kept her distance from Fergus his whole childhood, seeing him as a painful reminder of the man who destroyed her life. Then, when Fergus was around 6, she called him to her deathbed and said 5 words: "Be a good boy." That was it. Fergus remembers her. Percy's angle, and there's always an angle, is that the Comte died with no known legitimate heirs, leaving a massive estate in trust, including landholdings across the Old Northwest. If Fergus comes forward as the heir, he can sell that land to Percy's associates. Everyone benefits. But when Fergus talks to Marsali, he cuts to the heart of it. He says, most orphans would be overjoyed to discover they're secretly the child of a man of great standing. He is not most orphans. because he is already the son of a great man. He means Jamie. That line is the entire episode. Back at the Ridge, Jamie returns from recruiting with a familiar face. Buck Mackenzie, Dougal and Giles' son, who once turned up at Lallybroch in the future. Buck tells Jamie that Rob Cameron won't be causing any more trouble. He's clear about what that means without saying it outright. He also returns Roger's time travel book. Meanwhile, Rachel shows Ian a newspaper article that stops him cold. The Continental Army has burned 40 Native American villages along the Susquehanna, including the area where Ian's first wife Emily and their son live. Ian has to go. Rachel doesn't hesitate. She and baby Augie are going with him, all 700 miles. Before he leaves, Ian tells Jamie not to worry about King's Mountain. He'll be back in time. Then adds, "I'll guard your life in his stead," meaning in place of his own late father. Jamie is moved. We are all destroyed. Moving on, Roger reaches Colonel Marion's encampment and pitches the gold for guns deal. Marion is interested until he sees Jamie's name in the letter. To him, Jamie abandoned his troops at Monmouth, and no pardon changes that. Deal off. Roger tries to leave. Marion stops him. The camp is locked down ahead of an imminent attack on the British-held fort. Leave now, and you're a deserter. Roger's options: wait or fight. Roger Mackenzie is not a soldier. Marion makes his contempt very clear. But Roger isn't a coward. He asks for a sword. And just like that, Roger is heading into the Siege of Savannah, the battle that, according to Frank's history books, the Continental Army loses. The battle he and Brianna came to Savannah specifically to avoid. That's your episode 4. Drop your reaction to the Fergus reveal in the comments. I'll see you for episode 5.